Hey everybody, Phi Farley here. It's April 15th. It is Sunday, and we're back at the NBA playoffs. We have the first two games already underway. We have the Celtics won in overtime, and I got Pacers and Cleveland here at halftime. So I want to get to a play. Yesterday, I was off. I was way off on reading the lines of what I thought would happen in the first set of games there. So today, I'm looking to get back on the right track, and I want to make sure I have a winner here. So digging into this, I feel like I'm on the right side of the game. If you disagree, though, feel free to throw it down in the comments. I'd love to see those that disagree. That's totally fine. You know, like I said, not my first rodeo. I've done this for many, many years, and so I will be living to play another day no matter what. But in capping these games, there's one side I like a lot, and that's the Houston Rockets, which is posting the NBA's best home record at 34-7, going against Minnesota Timberwolves that are surprisingly not very good away from Minnesota, 17-24 on the road. And I know they've gotten Jimmy Butler back, and that's great. And they're starting to gel with Jimmy Butler, getting him back into the mix. And, you know, with a big win against Denver to make the playoffs at the end, that was exciting. And it was good to see him, you know, log some minutes. But this year, Houston is 4-0 against Minnesota, of which 2.5 of those games he got hurt in the Houston Rockets game, the third game of the season they played against them. But in those 2.5 games, Jimmy Butler was playing. So he's been a factor. He's been a starter for Minnesota in 2/3 of these games. And look what's happened. Houston won by 18. Then up in Minnesota, Houston won by 18. And back at Houston, Houston won by 18. And then back up at Minnesota, Houston won by 9. What's funny is that 9-point win was actually the most dominant win of all of these games. At halftime, they had the lead 77-56. 77-56. The factor that's playing out in this is how many three-pointers Houston throws up versus Minnesota. That's the difference. Check it out. Okay, so in the 4 games, you have Minnesota throwing up, let me get to it. Minnesota throws up 24. Houston throws up 39. The next game, Houston throws up 35. Minnesota throws up 20. The next game, Minnesota throws up 26. Houston throws up 38. And then the last one, Houston throwing up 47 threes, landing 22 of them. Meanwhile, Minnesota, 6 of 23 from three-point. I mean, just a huge lopsided, between 12 to 23 more attempts from the three-point line is making such a huge scoring difference. So all those things said, you know, the Houston defense, which is underrated, Houston at home, Minnesota on the road, fading that, having Jimmy Butler back on the team is not necessarily a positive, and then how many more threes Houston shoots makes me feel comfortable laying that 11 points here in the first round with Houston in Minnesota. So if you disagree, you agree, either way, throw a comment down below. If you feel free to do so. It's always good during the game. I'll be checking those and responding back and see where we fall on this one. But again, I'm taking the Rockets minus the 11. Good luck, everybody. I'll see you again soon.